Hi everyone, Namaste. Welcome to my podcast. I am Kritika Razgarnikar and today I am going to talk about my personal language journey and my language experiences that have led me to this moment of my life. I was born and raised in Kathmandu Valley in Nepal, from where my journey of language started. I am the third and the youngest child of my parents, and I am the only daughter in my family. Being from Nepal, my first language is Nepali. While growing up, I learned to communicate in Nepali as my parents, elder brothers, and aunt did. According to Sarah Trainer article, the children's learning is more influenced by the knowledge generated within the culture and are transmitted from elders to older children and then to younger children. Similarly, I also learned and I am still learning most of the things from my elder brothers, including using Nepali language. My both parents used to go to work during the day, and I always spent my days with my two brothers who used to look after me. I spent most of my childhood with my siblings, so I learned most speaking Nepali from them. And during my learning process, there was definitely a lot of serve and return happening as my brothers were excited to have a little sister at home. We lived in a huge apartment where there were a lot of different families from different culture and language background sharing the place with us. There were quite a number of children and we all used to play together and go to each other's house. The people around me used different dialects, but everyone knew Nepali language. I was one of the most active child in that group who used to ask a lot of questions to anyone and anywhere, and I also used to go to house of other children often. This nature of mine also contributed in my language journey as fellows and Oakley mentions that the child learns the language being a member of a community where he or she can observe, participate, and experience the social and cultural environment. When I was 3 years old, I started kinder at a school. Although we have Nepali language, most of the schools in Nepal teaches in English medium. Therefore, I started learning English as soon as I joined the kinder at school, which seems most common for everyone in the community these days, as mentioned by Fellows and Oakley. After I started to learn English in school, I started mixing up the words from the two languages. There is a misconception among people in Nepal that learning English is most important and it is a tool to measure one's qualification, because of which the schools compel the students to use only English language in the premises of the school even while talking with friends. And none of the students are allowed to speak Nepali or any other language while in school. Hence, I started using English language more as I grew up, which led me to reduce the use of Nepali language. This decreased my ability to understand and use many complex words or sentences of Nepali language. I am still fluent in Nepali, but I mix up many English words while speaking as I get confused with some words. Although Nepali and English were more commonly used in my surroundings, Hindi was also one of the languages that I used to listen a lot during my childhood through television. And people, as India being a neighboring country, the most of the channels in television were from India, which broadcasted programs that were in Hindi language. There were many people in our society from India who used to speak Hindi language. This also somehow influenced my language journey and added up Hindi in my vocabulary. However, later when I decided to come to Australia for my further studies, learning English since my childhood helped me so much and created some good opportunities for me. This language journey led me to become who I am today and gain some skills for my lifetime. This is all for today, and thank you for listening to my podcast.